Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Thursday, July the 29th. The year's 2021. Let's talk trading. How to analyze a chart, part 4. This video is for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Yesterday, Walmart talked about the smart range indicator and how he uses the smart ranges when he analyzes a chart. And I didn't have it on a chart, so I brought up the smart ranges, and just so we're all on the same page, it's the TR 2020 smart ranges indicator. And what this will allow you to do is show different values, high minus low. That's what most people call the range, or high minus open, high minus close, close minus low, etc. You guys can read those, and if you have it, you can play with it. So one of the things we normally have, the current range and then the 4 previous, but and that's the default. But what you can do, you know, if you want to, like, say, have all day, you could put 24 in there and basically have 24 ranges. Now on this particular chart, I'd have to move it up to fit them all. And one other thing, you notice these different colors, and that sometimes confuses people. So what you do is, if you set the max threshold to 100 and the minimum threshold to -1, then it just shows the red and the green. But the other ones for min threshold, max threshold, so you can have different colors in case it goes, unless it's, so if it's below a certain number or above a certain number, you can have that indicated. So for example, right here on the H4, you can see a couple hours ago we had a pretty big H4. It was 67%. Then you can see 5 hours ago it was at 93%. 12 hours ago 98%. So you can for the last 100 bars. And so I think Walmart said, like, on the days, I believe he looks at the last, what is it, 10? So you can change how many bars you look at also. Now, it'll probably be, since you're only looking at 10 bars and you asked it for 24, it's not going to show you, it's only going to show you 10. So that explains the indicator. Now, to use it, or to really use it, so for example, let's look at the day, 88, it's only at the 45 percentile. Okay. So you know that there might be more room left. You know, yesterday, I believe when we made the video, price hadn't broken out yet. So if we go take a look at, see, which chart were we looking at? The Walmart chart. When we looked at it, if I remember correctly, we were over in here, somewhere in this area, and I said I'd look for price to come back down. Now, and Walmart says he looks for price to get to about the 50% level of this bar. So 82 minus 5 is 77. Cut that in half. That's about what, 37, 38. 38 and 5 is 43. And let's just take a look here. So that was 44. And where did this bar get to? The low, 42.5. So right there, that was a hand grenade within a pip or so. So that's what Walmart, that's how he analyzes it. So, you know, had I shorted, and price reached here and started going back above, well, one thing is it hit the 40. So to me, that's the launch pad. I see it getting near 50, I'd be out of that trade. It's like, and looking to go long because, you know, once again, it launched. And then the same thing happened here. It didn't penetrate, started to go back up. You're in the launch pad. So you guys hear me talk about the launch pad, you know, practically every day. And What did price do today? Once again, it hit that 40 area. It launched up to 50, returned back under 40, crossed the 40, and went to 70. This is just, once again, based on these observations, how I analyze charts. And for the people that donated, if you're noticing the price near indicator, I put a change on it. One, I put the plus or the minus if it's below the level, and then plus minus 5 means you're analyzing and you're going to, or the indicator is going to show prices with, within plus or minus 5 pips of that particular level. So that'll be going out in the next batch, which it'll probably go out next month. I usually, in a couple summer months, I usually don't put out indicators. I think the last one was out in May, so June and July is over. So I'll probably most definitely put one out somewhere in August. I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after or the week after that, but you've got some more batches coming this year, that I know. So back to the charts. We were looking at the range. Now also on the weekly, analyzing a weekly chart, you see, why are these all at 99%? I've got something messed up there. Let me see. Oh, I think I know what's going on. No, it's HL5. Let's go back to show, we want to show current test bars. Why did I say test bars 100? Oh, that's right, test bars 100. My bars, period current. Okay. I'm trying to remember. I thought I put 24. Oh, on something. Average range minus 100. Okay, I got something weird here. I'm gonna have to look. Something's going on with the weekly. I'm gonna have to look and see. I got a little bug in there. Something to do. Okay. Let's look at the monthly. That's interesting now. I wonder why the weekly's off. Well, I wanted to show you something on the weekly. Let me use, I'll look at the weekly range gauge here. So what we can do is, I believe that's set. Yeah, set the current. So, you see we got a nice big green candle here for the week. And so let's take a look at a few things. So the weekly range was 243. The average over the last 24 weeks was 197. So you can see that it's definitely above the average. Now notice we're looking at a weekly chart here, and we've got the ATR ranges set up, and you can see for the month it just hit the monthly ATR zone, the average true range. Now let me drop this back down to the day. So when you see it on the daily, you can also see it started out right here, the daily. This is the beginning of the week, and you see it's going all the way up and hit the ATR range. So, and on my ATR ranges, just the two indicators, you've got the ATR lines high, low. And what they do is they tell you from the low of the week, you take the ATRs and you add it to the low of the week and you get a range. And for the high of the week, you add it to the you subtract it from you take the ATR ranges, you subtract it from the high of the week, and you come down here and you get the low. So you can see this is dynamic. So as price makes new highs, these boxes are going to come up. And so it put in the low, put in the high, and these ranges were here. Well, this has already come up and hit that range. And that's when you know when to start taking profit and start to look for reversals. The other thing on the ATR range is you notice in white there, I think I might have to drop down to the hour so you can see it better. Maybe, maybe not. And when I drop down to the hour, you can see the day ATR ranges pull in. So you see it says close 81% ATR. That means from the daily open price, which is right here at 0% ATR, to here, that's 89% of the ATR, which is usually close to the average. So the range in ATR sometimes vary by up to about 2 pips on a daily chart, but usually not much more than that, just because the ATR formula is slightly different than high minus low. And in fact, maybe in the smart range, I should run ATRs and do smart ranges on ATRs. I just thought of that. So by having this set, and how you do that is you come to TRO HL5, you set show close to true, you come down to here, show distance as ATR% true. I'm using the daily, and here ATR period 14, and I'm using the daily ATR right there, 1 day. And then you come down here, my period 1 day, once again, my bars 1, my shift 0. So just for today, and then it shows you what the distance is in ATR%. So now we're at 88 ATR. So that's one way of analyzing chart, is with the ATR or ranges. Has price hit those extremes, especially if you like to do reversal trades like rat trades, or if you're in a wick zone trade, for example, and you're saying, well, hey, ATR is high, so if it gets up in the wick zone and comes out, I'm going to take the trade. So right here on that H1, the open was at 39.53, and then the low was at 39. No, that's not right. What's the open of this? Okay, the open was 77, the low was 63. So there was a potential to grab, 12, 13 pips off of that range. So that's another way to analyze charts. Maybe we'll continue this in the next week, because there's a few more tricks to analyzing charts. So I hope that helped you with the way you analyze your charts. So tomorrow's Friday. I think we've got some numbers coming out. It'll also be the weekly wrap-up and monthly wrap-up tomorrow. So, fellow traders, I hope you have a profitable day. And when you're sitting down trading, always remember, never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out. And thanks again to the new subscribers over on my subreddit.